All right. It looks like we are live. Are we gonna?
Hello. Hi.
Where's the screen? Come on. Bring my screen in. There we go. All right.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hello.
How you're doing this morning, or this evening, or tonight, wherever you are in the world.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Oh, I need to turn the sound off on that one. Cool. All right.
Oh.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I am Georgie. I'm from Procreate, and I'm here with Gabby Zapata. Today, we're going to be doing some live drawing. We've got Lol in the comments, Lol from Procreate as well. She's going to be talking to you guys. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments, and we'll do our best to talk about them and answer them.
Woohoo.
So, hey, Gabby, how you doing? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Hey, Georgie. Hi, everyone. I'm Gabby Zapata. I am a visual development character designer in the animation industry, and here we go.
Fantastic. All right, what are we going to be drawing today?
So today we're just gonna wing it because that's how we do it. So I'm just gonna draw a character, and usually I like to start with a gray screen just because I don't want to hurt my eyes, or I just want to keep like the colors neutral. But right now we're just going to sketch. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to let me know. I'm just gonna do my thing, I guess.
So when you're designing a character, Gabby, do you usually go in with something in mind already, like even if it's just a color palette or, you know, like a clothing style idea, or do you really just kind of go for it and see what comes out?
You know, sometimes I do have like an idea, but then sometimes that idea doesn't come out how I want it, and then you get like a happy accident. And so I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's not what I had in mind, but it works either way. So I know, like, for this one, I had just like an idea of like, you know, fall is coming, even though it doesn't feel like it's fall. It's super hot, but we're gonna try to do an outfit inspired by kind of fall. So we'll see how it goes.
Nice.
So right now,
someone in the comments has said, what's your favorite new Gen Z accessory? I'm assuming Chris means fashion accessory.
Let's see. I'm thinking, well, I don't know. There's a lot that I've seen lately. It's like the chunky, thick boots, sneakers that I feel like are coming back. That I've also fallen into that hole of like, I want to dress like that too. So I've done that. But what else? I see a lot of flowers and little smiley faces and like jewelry specifically, I feel like. But I also feel like it's a mix of the early 2000s, the Y2K era, with a mix of the 60s, like the flower power and all that, which is so fun to see.
Love fashion mashups, rather.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we're doing a remix over here.
Yeah, cool. Get on it, guys.
So you can see, like, right now.
So do you find that you're...
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say, you know, your art is so colorful and you use so many beautiful motifs and patterns. Does that, while we're on the subject of fashion, does that reflect in your fashion style, in your everyday fashion sense?
Okay, so before pandemic, yes. During pandemic, I'm all like comfy clothes and like sweatpants and just t-shirts and comfy like Birkenstocks and that kind of thing. Like, but before I had like a bunch of skirts and colorful pattern tops and all that. But now I'm like, is that really necessary now? No.
I can be comfortable. What?
I know, right? Like, who knew that was such a thing? Yeah. So here's like just a rough layout of the character that I have in mind. Of she's gonna have like a nice pencil skirt with almost like a overall kind of top. I can never pull it off, but we'll see.
I'm sure you could. Fashion is like half just kind of doing what you want, really, and just wearing it and going for it.
Totally.
Pull it off if you look confident enough. Take it till you make it, everyone.
I know.
Oh my goodness, Ravi, 3:30 a.m. in India. What are you doing?
Wow. Oh yeah, where's everyone tuning in from?
Oh my goodness. Looks like we've got someone in Texas,
Nice.
Ravi in India.
Nice.
I'm sure everyone else will tune in. Oh my goodness. Tennessee. 3:30 in India though. Ravi, go to sleep.
Wow.
You know this will be up later. You can rewatch this later. It's okay.
Oh
Goodness.
man.
That's some dedication right there.
That is dedication. Well, thank you all for like coming and spending the Saturday or whatever time zone you're in right now.
Ooh, Philippines, 6 a.m.
Nice. So, in case you guys are wondering,
lots of US friends.
I guess we can talk about like the brush, because I know that's always the number one question. What brush do you use, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So, honestly, I feel like any brush is fine. This one I just specifically picked because I like the sketchy feeling. So this one is from Maxiulik. I always forget how to say his last name. I'm sorry if you're here and you're listening.
He usually does make an appearance.
I know.
Put that out there.
Yeah. However you pronounce your last name, I'm so sorry. But yeah, his brushes are super cool. I'm using the Retro Max Pack, the gesture sketch, just because it feels like a pencil. Like, if you look at it, it's so pencil feely, I guess, if that's even a word.
Totally, though.
So, yeah, I really like using that one. So once I have
Max
this...
might as well sponsor these at the moment, these live draws.
Oh,
I feel like his brushes come up in every stream.
Yeah, no, they're like the best. Like I have so many packs. I have like that one, I have the comics one, I have the gouache one, and then the Max brush set that I like. I don't know. I try a bunch of them because I never really know what I want to do, so I just kind of play around. I am all about like, let's see what happens. So now that I have like the sketch in, I like to do the mirror, or not mirror, I like to flip it to see if I see any like errors, like if the characters is off balance or anything, or if I want to push the pose a little more. So like right now I see it okay, but I feel like I can push it a little more. So what I do is, where is it? Distort. I want to warp it a little bit so she's leaning more towards the left. So now when I flip it, now she's like balanced. So like a way that I like to test that is you can see how like the head kind of aligns with the legs. So she's pretty balanced. So no need for
really important tip for everyone here: flip your work.
Yeah, flip it. You never know, because sometimes the eye will look a little wonky. So it's good to flip your work, even if you get like a huge cringe. It's better that you find it now than later. Which I do find it. I do find it later, but it's just good to see back and forth. Another thing I like to do is warp it a little, like so she's leaning towards the left, but I kind of want to see her like just push the hip a little more, just so it has like a little bit more of an exaggeration, not too much, and she still looks okay when I flip it. And there she is.
Wonderful.
So I don't like to mess too much with the sketch, just because it might lose the feel of it in the beginning. So I just kind of let it be. I don't know, I'm going back and forth a lot just because I zoom out and I zoom in, and you'll see that a lot throughout the stream. Why that is, no idea. I'm probably blind. I don't know. I have glasses, but I never wear them.
Oh my goodness. I think that's the same for a lot of people around the Procreate office.
Yeah.
I know that's been me lately, definitely.
Yeah, like I don't really need them for like up close, but if I'm driving at nighttime, it's like astigmatism city. So it's
oh no.
It's like lights everywhere, blurry lights, but I promise I wear them when I'm driving at nighttime. So right now I'm just gonna give her like a nice, maybe she's going to work, and in a very pre-pandemic outfit with like so yeah, okay, so she's gonna have like some nice side bangs, which are not side bangs, curtain bangs, I guess that's what the right term is.
Fun.
It's very, I guess, 60s. Let's see. Okay. I don't know where we're gonna go with this. Oh yeah, so before I start coloring, I like to group everything together so that everything is on one place. I don't label my layers on here, but you guys should anyways. Just because you never know, like, where you're gonna find stuff. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in and we're gonna wing it. I don't really know what's gonna happen. Sometimes
it's an adventure.
It's an adventure, and we're gonna go on this journey together. Yeah. So
Nicole would like to know, how long does it typically take you to complete a drawing?
It really depends if the sketch is going well or if the sketch isn't going well. So like on a typical good day, it could take probably like a couple hours, like something like this, for example. But it also depends how intricate the design is. But usually not too long. But if I'm having if I want to draw, but it's just not coming out, I just let it go and I'll try again another day, because it's not worth trying to push something that's not going to come out. So I just let it be.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you have the graveyard of whips in your Procreate gallery?
Oh, yes, well? I do. I totally do. And I also I draw a bunch of sketches in many layers, and then I go back, or no, I exit and I make a new file, and then sometimes I go back way in the early files and see if there's a hidden sketch and see if I can revive it. That sometimes works a lot of the times. What am I looking for? See, I'm just like I don't know what I'm doing.
So many brush choices.
I know. I just picked a random one. Which one was it? The Max U Gouache Natural. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but like I said, we're just going to see how it goes.
Yes.
Like this one, it looks like...
How long have you been drawing, Gabby?
I've been drawing ever since I could pick up a pencil, so probably I don't know, 4, 3, 5.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's... I was always given coloring books wherever we went. So it looks also... Wait, I'm looking at the screen right now, and it looks a little red on there, but not on my iPad. We'll just make it work.
Yeah, it's fine.
What is it? Avalok? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so wherever my parents would take me, I would always have a coloring book with me, or anything. Or at a restaurant, I would always get the little mats with the crayons, and
oh, that's so much fun.
Right? Yeah. That was always such a fun thing. That way I could keep quiet and just mess around. So I don't distract the parents or anything.
It's like the old time. I can't even say old timey because I was in the same situation. Go to restaurants and get things, and you're not that old, so I don't know why I said old timey.
I'm old.
We're probably the same age.
Yeah.
The previous generation. Let's go with that. Previous generation's version of iPads and
Yes.
restaurants sort of thing, like getting your little sketching coloring book.
So I guess let me talk about what I'm doing right now. So I like to lay down just like a rough blush, or just like a, what would you call it? It kind of gives a little bit of volume. And then for the eyes, I never go full white. I like to go a little off-white, just because otherwise you get like super white eyes on your characters, and I don't like that. It stands out too much. So what I do is, so let's say I pick the skin tone, and then I open the color wheel, and then I kind of drag it so it's a little on the white side, but still maintaining within the same color range of the skin. If that makes any sense. I'm sure there's probably technical terms that like a lot of artists know, but I really don't. So even though I went to school for it, you know, but yeah, we're doing like the Bob Ross, just happy little trees, but not trees. Characters. Yeah. And same with,
you don't need all the technical terms. If it works, it works.
Yeah. And same with like the color black. I don't like to go full black unless I have to, but I like to go like a little off black. That way it also doesn't stick out too much.
At what point in your drawing as a kid did you go, yeah, cool, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
I feel like it started ever since probably The Little Mermaid, like many people. In animation, I was always like, VHS back then, I would always rewind it, and try to like copy the drawings, to the point where I think I ruined a VHS. So we probably have to replace that. But I did that a lot. I think that's what I wanted to do, and I just kept going at it. Like I remember I would do contests for school or like events. Like there was one time I did a contest for like the animal, what is it called, ASPCA, like the animal rescue. And I won, and the prize was to go and like spend a day with like one of the people that rescues animals. And I thought like, cool, this is gonna be great. Which, okay, so it was, but then I didn't realize it was going to be like the majority of the time picking up like animals that, you know, are not, that used to be animals.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's quite the prize, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely an experience.
I was like, that's not what I had in mind when I won a prize, but actually, I don't even know what I had in mind. But I thought that was funny. I think it was like a contest of like how to like conserve, or I don't know, how to take care of animals, and I did like a huge poster of like different ways that you could take care of animals, and or something like that.
Huge.
And yeah, that was that. And then what else? So many other contests, and then I just kept going with it. And in school, I would try to enroll as many art classes that I could. So I just kept going. Like I think in high school I took AP Studio Art, and what was it? I feel like it prepared me a bit, because I had to do like a thesis where you had to do like a subject for your thesis, and I don't know. Different times. I got a 4, so that's good. It was 4 out of 5. So it helped for like a college credit. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I did not do well in art in high school. Not because I didn't like it. I don't think my teachers liked me very much. I wasn't a big fan of the whole, we had to have like reasons for why we did everything. And like
geez.
Deep and meaningful, really, excuse my language, but like art wank sort of stuff. And I just wasn't there for it. I was like, I just want to draw an elephant.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that's my reason behind it. And I remember we had to have like an interview as a part of our assessment process at the end of like the highest art class level, whatever we were. And they brought up the elephants again, and they're just like, yeah, what is the meaning behind the elephants? There's so many elephants in your work. I was like, there are actually more cats in my work than there are elephants. I just wanted to draw them.
Yep.
And they didn't like that very much. So I didn't score very highly.
Whatever. That's fine. I winged it too. You know what I did for mine? I drew various women with red hair. And somehow I made that be like this very what is it? This deep meaning of like, oh, there's like a woman with red hair in the city, or where is she now? I don't know. But really, I just wanted to draw like women. So I was like, let's just give her like red hair, and then all throughout my pieces, and that's how it went. So I just really just winged it. I'm like, I don't care. It'll be fine. Everything always works out fine.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You guys in the comments got any questions? Feel free to send them through.
Oh yeah, go ahead and ask anything you want. I'm just rambling, and yeah. At the beginning when I draw, I like to break things into pieces. So like you see like the bangs or like the head. But then when I'm like done, I like to merge everything down. But before I do that, I keep like a full copy in case I want to go back and like, no, I don't like what I did here. So for now, it's all in little pieces. And usually when I create characters, I like to have a lot of reference in the background. But for now, like I said, we're just gonna wing it and see what comes out. But it's just good to have, because you never know what you're gonna miss. You can have like, great imagination, but sometimes I need the little extra help of like, oh yeah, like I didn't know like there was like a cuff or something at the bottom of the skirt or something like that. Like in a character I did recently, just for fun, I was working on her overalls and I totally forgot that like there's a closure on the side, like where the hip is. I'm like, oh, that's a nice detail that I didn't know I should have added, and so I added it because like I was just looking up like what do overalls look like, because I don't wear them, but this character will wear them, so I was like, I might as well look to see the construction of what overalls are. So like for this one, she's just gonna have like a turtleneck and the little pencil skirt with like the little overall strap and a little mag. So she's coming along. I'm gonna take a drink of water.
Fancy.
Any questions or anything? Go ahead.
When you've mentioned that sometimes you have reference open in the background a lot, for you personally, do you use references a lot? Do you go from imagination a lot? Where do you get your inspiration from?
It usually depends like what I'm looking for. So like let's say if I have to draw I don't know, what would it be? Like if I'm looking up like a specific era, like a style, then I would totally look up what trends was during that era. Like right now I guess I'm kind of doing like a modern millennial, almost a millennial, but with a mix of like Gen Z and the clothing that we were talking about earlier, where it's like Y2K but with like a 60s vibe. So I'm just kind of thinking of like, okay, like what did they wear back then? And like I know like a lot of like the curtain bang was like a thing, and then like you got like the white eyeshadow or like the blue eyeshadow that they used to wear.
The blue eyeshadow.
Yes. So that's what I look for. Like I look for reference of those eras and just see like what the fashion was. But yeah. What else?
Marco would like to know, do you have any tips for getting better at lineless art?
Lineless art. I feel like
sorry.
No. I feel like I always start with like line. I like to just build shapes before I even like go in and do something very detailed. I don't even know if that makes sense. I'm like drawing and talking is at the same time is so hard, you guys. Like my brain is like, okay, like what do you want to do? Do you want to talk or you want to draw?
I'm terrible at it myself. That's why I'm the one
Please
talking and not drawing.
Yeah. So I don't know if I really have tips on that. Like I just really like just draw shapes, and if it builds the thing that you want to do in like blocky shapes, then I think that helps. I don't know. My brain is having a moment. If maybe it'll come back naturally, and I'll tell you guys what my brain thought about that question.
It's a really interesting question, though. It kind of comes up a lot, and it's just, I don't know what it is about not having lines in your artwork that messes with so many artists. I mean, I know that for myself, I'm exactly one of those artists. I can't do lineless art for the life of me.
Yeah.
I can't draw without having my line work.
Yeah, you gotta have like a little foundation under there. Or sometimes in school, what we used to do was, let's say it was for practice. It was like silhouettes. So we would draw like random shapes like that. I don't know, and then try to come up with like what's hiding under that shape. You know, like it could be like, I don't know. I don't know. Let's say she has like. So that I think that's, you still have lines regardless, right? So that would be like an exercise that they used to teach us, where it's like draw a lot of random silhouette shapes and see what comes out from that. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, like in terms of like what your results are. But yeah, that was a fun exercise. I remember we had to do that once for like an animation that we had to do, where it's like you have to do a silhouette and your character has to come out of that. I'm like, what if the character is ugly, or I don't know. I ended up like doing a mix, and I ended up cheating a little bit on the silhouette just because it just wasn't fitting right for the animation, or for like rigging the character. So you know, it works from time to time.
Yeah, that's a super cool exercise though.
Yeah,
give that one a shot, guys. I reckon that's really cool. I'm gonna try myself.
Yeah, there used to be actually a website where you could draw like a lot of shapes. It was like, I wish I knew what it was, but it was like, it would just, with your actual mouse, you could just draw like random things, random shapes, and you would export that, and then you would draw and see what do you see behind that shape, and it was really fun. We filled like hundreds and hundreds of pages with that.
Oh my god, that sounds so much fun. I'm in my brain like stewing over a new Procreate prompt exercise, guys, for social media. Like this
there
is,
you go.
This is really pinging some ideas through my head. My goodness. Sylvian, I just got here and I saw a masterpiece.
No. She's actually turning out okay so far.
Yeah.
So
someone else here, her outfit is so nice, I want it.
Right? Yeah, let's go get it made. Actually, I got an ad the other day of like, I'm starting to get like advertisements for fall clothing, and I saw one where it was like what was it? It looked like almost like a dress, but a very loose dress, with what was it? Pleats or something. And I really wanted it, but it was sold out. I'm like, why would you advertise that if it's sold out?
Please no, don't tease me like that.
So rude.
Times like that I wish I could sew, right?
Yeah.
You could just make my own.
Exactly.
Oh, Sylvian got Procreate today as well. Welcome.
Yes. Welcome to the Procreate family. It's really fun. It's really fun. Like, usually after work, I sit on the couch and I after spending like so long on a computer on my desk, I just want to sit in a couch and doodle while I watch TV, and it's just perfect. Like, this is just the perfect size and no worries or anything.
How do you go drawing while you're watching things? Because that's another, for me, that's similar to like talking.
Oh, right.
Drawing. I can't do it. Like, I'll get distracted on either the television or my drawing. And usually I look up. Usually it's the television, and I look down at my iPad later, and I've drawn just like a smiley face, and that's it.
It depends. Like, I just have whatever my mom is watching in the background. So, for my Hispanic friends that are here, Caso Cerrado is it's like a judge show, and I just listen through that the entire time, and it's just so funny because, like, obviously it's dramatized, so it's not real, but it's still fun to hear because I'm like, oh my gosh, what, like, this is like crazy, like, what do you, I don't know. So I listen from time to time while I'm drawing, but half the time I'm not listening, until like my mom makes a reaction, like, oh, did you, like, oh my god, like, what was it, like, oh, this person's wrong, like, yeah. I don't know what's going on half the time. So this is also go ahead.
Sorry. My question is not as interesting as what you were just about to say about what you're drawing, I can promise.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, now is a good time again to check to see how she looks. If she's kind of wonky, so then I flip her, and she kind of looks okay. Let's see what I can fix. Probably the eye a little bit. It's always the eyes that can get a little wonky. So I mess with that a bit. I don't even know what brush I am using right now. Okay, so let's go with that. Maybe it's too small? No.
She looks great. I get so nervous about flipping.
I know. Yeah, you guys are seeing like the vulnerable of like, how is this gonna turn out? So whatever, it's fine. No one's perfect.
Yeah, totally.
That's the beauty of drawing. You can, I don't know. That's just how it is. It is what it is. So maybe I
think that's the charm in different styles and stuff, right? Is having those little things. I think it was the last live stream we did with Ian Nag, and he was saying how, I think someone asked him, how did he find his style or something different, and he said, no, there's not really, to me, it's not really finding your style. Your style is just like a combination of all your flaws coming together to make something unique and creative. I thought that was a really interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that. Let me see. I'm like going back and forth just to make sure before I get too far. See, now this side looks a little wonky, but that's okay. That's why we flip it. Like you guys probably don't see it, but I see it.
It's always the artist that sees it, right?
Yeah,
it's exactly. Totally fine, but the artist is like, no,
it's not. Yeah, so it's a lot of back and forth checking.
Earlier on in the comments section, I can't remember who it was, sorry, but someone asked if you had any book recommendations for learning.
That's a great question. I don't really do a lot of reading, as I probably should. I do like to browse a lot of like art books. So those are really fun just because you get to see like the different types of art styles that was tried during the film, or just different, like, I think for me a lot, the book that has the most page turns was the Tangled book, The Art of Tangled.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like all the Glen Keane gestures of Rapunzel is just so pretty, and you can really see who she is just by like seeing the gestures. Like I remember browsing the hair section where the hair is treated like part of her like entity. So like there was parts where like if she was scared, she would like cover her hair with cover her face with her hair and stuff like that. So now I find that really interesting because it just gives the character a lot of personality. So I don't know, like those kinds of books I like, just because I like to see the thought process behind creating a character.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's Kiara. She's come back. She said, yes, actually, I meant art books. Yeah. So that's worked out well.
Yay! Perfect.
The Tangled art book is a particularly good one, guys. I haven't read that myself, but I've seen it online all the time, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, like it has a lot of wear and tear from just flipping it over and over again. I think she looks okay.
I have a question here, Gabby, from Tom on the Procreate team. He's a big fan of your color palettes, and he wanted to know if you have a specific process for building color palettes and tonal ranges. He finds them really impressive in your work.
No, I don't have a process. I really just like, if I like for now, like for the one I'm working with now, the only thing I gave myself a clue on was like I wanted it to be fall, and so I thought like, what are like types of fall colors and what are the types of clothing that you wear during fall, or so I kind of guide myself through that. But in the very end, I like to do like a layer of let's say, like if I'm doing like fall, maybe I do like orangey yellow, and I flood that, and where is it? Scoot over. I like to mess with like the effects and kind of mess with the tones a bit. So like this one, I kind of like how I kind of it harmonizes all the colors to me, I think, and that's how I do that with colors. But sometimes I don't really like this color, so then I'm like, oh, let's see what it looks like if I do like a purple. So it really just depends. Like I just throw a lot of colors and see what works best. Sometimes even like this is kind of nice. Let's see, like this one kind of gives it a vintage vibe. Like it's like one of those old what do you call it? Those old illustration books. So she kind of looks kind of nice here. But I only do this only until like the very end. If I want to add like an extra, I don't know, adjustment. It also depends on the mood. Like this one looks okay. Wait, that didn't do anything. Haha. Yeah. So this one is okay, but it's not what I'm looking for because I want it to be more of the warm colors. So that wouldn't work. But yeah, I mess around with a lot of the adjustment layers just because you never know what you're going to get. I mean, I'm sure you do, but I don't. So
I only know certain ones. I've done tutorials on the whole thing, and I can't remember them.
Yeah, it's just
top of my head.
Yeah, it's just easier if I just like, oh, let's just mess around and see what we get.
It's
happy accidents.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I hope that kind of answers Marco's question from earlier in the thread when they said, what layer modes do you usually use? So we kind of play around and see what happens.
Exactly. I play around. Usually it's overlay because it's subtle, but sometimes I play with which one? Yeah, it really depends actually. Sometimes I use where is it? Soft light is okay. That's only if I want it to be like super like it's overlay but less. And then if I want to do like highlights, then I use the screen or color dodge depending. But we'll get there when we get there. Okay, let's see. She's starting to look okay. Now should add her little briefcase thing. I don't even know where she works.
To see the bag.
I don't even know where she works, but she has a job. Usually I kind of like to think about what is this person about? What is this character about? And to me, like this girl, she's going to, I don't know, maybe like a Devil Wears Prada kind of agency kind of style. So that's what I imagine. Very what's her name? Emily Blunt kind of vibe. Any other questions, or I don't know. I'm just blabbing, you guys.
That's fine. That's good. I actually have a question about your so when you announce that you're doing new earring drops or jewelry drops, that sort of stuff, your advertising around that, your marketing around that is super cool. The fact that you use your characters and then put the earrings on them.
Yeah.
I love that. How did you come up with that? How did you think of it?
Okay, so my feeling behind that is so when I take photographs of my merch and then I put it on there, it looks like it's an ad and people just scroll away. So I was like, how can I make it look organic and not be like an ad? So I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to draw. I'm gonna have to draw the earrings on a character, and that's the meaning behind why I do that. So it's like, not like I'm tricking you guys, but I guess I'm a little bit tricking you guys. But it's also like it's just keeps me drawing. So that's why I do that too. Because before that I was like, I don't need to do any drawings or anything. But like, no, you should probably like practice and just have fun with it. And that's what I do with them. I also like to theme it. So each collection has like a theme, and so it helps me come up with a character because it has a theme. So like this last one that I just dropped, what I imagine very, very like, not royal, but very what's the word? Like ethereal, very nighttime. So that's what I went with that piece.
No, it's super cool. It's some of the funnest and coolest marketing I've ever seen for products on social media. Like, it's just great. I love it so much. Big fan.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, this kind of works. But now I'm like, oh no, now I have to do this every time. So like for this time, I didn't do one for every piece of earring, but I was like, well, let me just do one and not burn myself out, because that does happen. Other times I just push through it. But this time I was a little burnt out, and I was like, we don't need to do one per earring, so we'll just get one for now. So it really depends. Like when I did like so many, go ahead.
No, you.
Okay. When see, now I already forgot. No. When I had so many that one time, when was it? I think it was in April. I think that it was so burnt out. I drew like all the characters within like a day, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. So it's like, it's a lot that goes behind the scenes that people don't see. They just see like the final product, but there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's fun. It's different, and it keeps me on my toes, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Do you have like a host of, I guess, models that you like rotate through, or do you create entirely new people every time that you draw for your earrings?
Entirely new people, because I feel like
wow.
Yeah, no, I don't. I just kind of, I don't. Usually I just have like a thing in mind. Like the ones in June, I believe, or July, was like very aquatic, or very ocean, or very vacation like. So I was thinking like, what can I do, or what setting can I put them in? So it was a lot of that. So they're all different.
Wow. Oh goodness, that's so much.
Let's see.
Well, Genesis would like to know if this character today will be wearing any Gabby inspired jewelry.
Actually, that would be fun. Yeah, she has space for some earrings. But I don't know. We'll see. Actually, you know what? The necklace that came out this month would do good.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
I was going to say, I think some of those would work really well with this.
And it's funny because like I drop little Easter eggs from time to time on a lot of illustrations of stuff that I haven't released, but I've drawn it on characters. Like the necklaces, I was drawing them for a while back in March. And you guys didn't know that until yesterday. So it's like just little Easter eggs that I like to throw in there.
And there was some Easter eggs in the artwork that we used to promote this live stream, wasn't there? I think I saw that on your channel.
Was it? When?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like that one, for example.
I was like, surprise! All right.
Yeah.
Sylvian asks, are there any tips you have for drawing or for drawing human bodies? So I guess anatomy tips. How did you get good at anatomy?
I'm still kind of learning, but I like to push a lot of the shapes to an extent, but it really depends. Like, let's see, I'm just gonna draw on the side because that's what we're doing now. So it just depends. Let me see, what's a good one to use? Is it this one? Sure. I don't know. I always start with the head. I know probably like the majority, like 90% of the people also start with the head. But it just depends like what kind of body type you want to give them. Like, do you want to give them like a pear shape? Do you want to give them like a boxy shape? Are they tall? Are they short? But a lot of like I don't know. I feel I look a lot of like advertisements and see what kind of models they use. And nowadays it's great because like a lot of like companies use a lot of like different body shapes, and it's very inclusive, and a lot of different ethnicities too. So I do a lot of that. Like I like to explore the different ways the eyes fall on a head, or like the body, or I mean like the shape of the head, like for like a rounder head like mine. You know, you got like the cheeks, but like how do I want to draw like the eyes, you know? Like, do you want to give them big eyes or small eyes, and do you want like a little nose or big nose? So I don't know. I look a lot of images, and I see like what can I exaggerate from that body to make it feel like a character. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, totally.
So like you got like this random, I don't know, like this one, she's gonna have like a button nose, you know, so like that's like for a rounder. And then sometimes I play with like, maybe she has like a longer face, so then like where do I want to place like the mouth, where do I want to place the nose or the eyes? So it's fun to just do as a practice. You can do a lot of circle shapes in different sizes. So like you got like this rectangular one, you got like this little blueberry. Just have fun with it, like explore, like even like super crazy ones like that, you can still find like a fun face in there. So yeah, I think it's helpful to draw a lot of different shapes and try to see like where you want to place the nose, or like where you want to place the eyes. I don't know, I think you could try doing that to help practice, at least for head shapes. At least for body types is the same thing. Like, what do you want to push more? Do you want the top to be more, or the bottom to be more heavy? So yeah, I don't know.
So many exercises for you guys to take home with you after this stream and go and practice. But silhouette exercises, we've got head and body shape exercises. We're going to see so many cool artworks come out of this stream.
Yeah, so yeah, just have fun with it. Like, just go nuts. You never know what you're gonna get. Like Forrest Gump. Let's see. Now, let me see. I'm gonna turn off. I don't need the sketch layer anymore. since we blocked it. So she looks pretty good. So you can see I still have the gray background, mostly to just protect my eyes, because if it's white, that will blind me. I keep that on. But usually it's good to have a gray background, because a lot of times when we work for like our jobs, it's just good to have a neutral background so that like the colors all kind of harmonize. And yeah, in the end you can turn it off or put it on black. I like to put it on black. So she looks pretty good. So yeah, let's see. Back to the gray. Let's see. What are we gonna work on next? We'll find out.
Tune in after this ad break.
Yes. See, like whenever people ask...
Procreate.
Go ahead.
Ooh. So difficult, isn't it? Going over Zoom, you're just like, yeah. Oh wait, no. No, I'm just saying. Our moderator Lol had a question for you. She wanted to know. It's not drawing related. She wanted to know, what's your favorite Disney media?
What's my favorite what?
Disney media. So TV show, movie, all that sort of stuff.
Disney media?
Yeah.
Let's see. I still am like, I love the 2D. I can never 3D is great, but I do love the 2D era a lot. So I'm gonna have to go with I don't know. Well, The Little Mermaid for one. What else was I? Oh, actually, earlier today I was watching Hercules. It was on TV, and it's absolutely one of my favorites. It's just like the style of the film was so great, and it's just so charming to see. And I'm glad that I caught it on TV. I was like, oh man, maybe that's kind of like where I was watching Meg, and maybe there's a little bit of Meg in her as a happy accident. So it's a little bit influenced. So
nice.
Yeah.
I always forget, honestly, really always forget about Hercules as a Disney movie, and then whenever someone brings it up, I'm like, yes, that was an excellent movie.
Yes.
The songs in it, the style, the coloring, it's just so good.
The pacing, all of it.
Yes.
I liked it. Oh yeah, so what I was saying earlier, you see me scrolling around, and when people ask me, what brush do you use? I'm like, girl, I don't even know what brush I use. So literally I just click around or tap around and see what looks appealing. So it's a really hard answer when people ask, what do you use? Good question. It's not that I don't want to say what I use. It's mostly because I don't even know what brush I use. So yeah. So
for everyone who joined late and is just asking, Gabby is using Max Packs.
Yes.
We're switching between different brushes, but Max Packs, yeah, totally.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of the Max's brushes are very, very good. So right now I don't know. I'm not really gonna render this. I kind of like how it's kind of pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
See how I zoom out a lot and I look in. Another thing I like to do is it's good for you guys to practice too, is does your character have a good silhouette? So let me see. I'm gonna duplicate this, flatten it, alpha lock. Let's see, maybe this one, just to make sure the silhouette reads nice. And usually that's helpful for when you have a lot of characters for a show or a movie, so that each character has its own distinct shape. So this one, I think she has a pretty good silhouette, so she's good to go. So it's also something good to note when you work on your characters, to make sure it just has a good silhouette. if that makes sense.
Just a tiny bit of a delay between our call on Zoom, Gabby, and what's happening on the screen. So I'm like, oh yeah, cool, there we go, the silhouette.
Oh.
Nice.
Oops.
It's fine for everyone else. They're at the right place, but just for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little bit out. But yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah, she has a fantastic silhouette.
And maybe, let's see. Maybe she has a headband? No. I like the little bun that she has on the top of her head. And I always bounce around because sometimes I get bored of one area and then I go to like a different area. So I never like really stick to like a specific spot either.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah. Clipping mask. Maybe her skirt is twill. Is twill? I think that's the one with like the checkered. Is that good? Sure. Let's go with that.
Dawn, what is a good silhouette? That's a good question. What, in your opinion, Gabby, makes a strong silhouette in a character?
You guys have really good questions that I don't have answers to. No. Let's see. I like to be able to read the different body parts, I guess. So I guess let's go back and make this one black so we can see as an example. Nope, that's not it. Wait. There we go. So I like to be able to tell like okay, there's the legs, there's the arms, there's the head. And to me I think that reads like it's a good silhouette. A bad quote unquote would be like I don't know. Let's say that is a good question. How do I answer that question? It feels like an interview question.
It does, doesn't it? I'm so sorry.
I like to be able to read each body part and like make sure they're not clumped together. So like, okay, yeah, that's a good example. So like, let's say you have a character like this, but then you have another one here. Like, I don't know. Let's pretend this is a thing. To me, like, I don't know what that is, but it's supposed to be like a character, right? So like, I like to like break it apart and just make sure like, I don't know, they can kind of read good silhouette like that. Or I don't know, I just, if they're clumped together, sometimes I like to like maybe let's say, I don't know, maybe it's like a couple shoulder to shoulder, but you want to have like a little space. I don't know, that makes no sense. Just to make sure that it's readable, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not good at explaining. I'm good at showing, but I'm not good at explaining.
I think you can see there, Dawn, with the silhouette of Gabby's character now. It's that, you know, being able to, without seeing any of the detail in the character, you can instantly still tell what that character is.
Yeah, like
yeah, right?
Yeah, like let's say like for I don't know, like the classic Fab Five. Well, I can't do those. I can't do those on live. But you know, like classic characters like that have that distinct shape. Like well, I can't draw them live. I probably can't. So I'll just say like Jafar, for example. He has a very distinct silhouette shape. He's very like triangular, and you can instantly recognize like, oh yeah, that's the villain. So I feel like that, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. You
can just tell people apart. So like the Fab Five, which is like Mickey, Minnie, and like Donald, like if you put them in silhouettes, you can instantly tell who's who. So I feel like that is a good example of a good silhouette.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that answers your question, Dawn.
If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I'm trying.
It's difficult to draw and think at the same time.
Yeah, it's so hard. Okay.
Excellent. Kiara says, yes, it makes sense. Great. Success.
Yay, you got somewhat of an answer. Grainy, what does that look like? Now I'm just gonna work on like a little bit of the pattern on the pencil skirt. Let's see. What else? What kind of job do you guys think she has? Go ahead.
Oh, so I was just saying, I'm with that person in the comment earlier who was like, I want that outfit. I want that outfit now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what kind of like job do you think she has? Like, I know I mentioned like Devil Wears Prada, but I'm like, what kind of like? That's what I could think about with characters. I'm like, what position of ranking, like for job, you think this character has? Or like, there was one that I was working with earlier, that I posted for like a young girl in like, I'd say like 3rd grade or 4th grade, and I just kind of brought in my own personal memories of like what did I wear during that time. And for that one, it was what was it, I had to wear a uniform, but I think we were allowed to wear whatever sneakers or anything. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna wear like those light up shoes. So
yes,
yeah, so I was like, that's what it's gonna make me like not stand out, but I'm like, I really love those. And so I got those. So yeah, I really like to think about where the character is going, like the who, what, where, when, why kind of thing. And it just helps bring your character more to life. I think it just makes them more believable, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us in the comments, guys, what job do you think she has? Lowell says cool librarian.
Yes, I can see that. I can totally see that.
Kiara asks the age-old question. How long did it take for you to develop your art style?
I don't know. Okay, honestly, I feel like within the past year or two, I feel like I've been slowly evolving. I feel like the style has changed a bit only because, I don't know, you learn different things and you want to try it. Like I feel like I've been pushing a bit more in terms of like the shapes of the faces, or bodies, and just things like that. So style evolves as you evolve, I think, like a Pokemon. I don't know. So like what I drew in high school is totally different than what I do now. But I don't know, like you kind of feel like you have a style, and then later on in the years you look back like, oh, it looks like I had a style, but now like I'm doing something else. So you evolve. So you might say like, oh my god, talking and drawing is hard. La la la. Hold on, let me drink a little bit of water. Yeah, so I feel like the more you see, the more you experience, I feel like that's how you kind of find your style, quote unquote. But like I said, like style changes. So you may think you have something, but then later on you will tweak it, and I don't know, you just kind of play around with it. Like you go, like kind of like Picasso, you go through like different stages. You go like the blue phase, or like the, I don't know, art history was not my thing. So you know, like just different types of phases. Like what was it? There was a point where I drew a lot of neon, but then I didn't like that, or like after a while I was like, this is kind of boring, so let me switch it up. So then I switched to what else? I don't know. It really depends what is in trend in terms of like style, like clothing style, for example. Um, so it just depends. Yeah, I don't know. It's a long question.
Yeah, no, it is, but it's interesting that everyone seems to have a slightly different yet also very similar answer to that question. I kind of like that we ask it of everyone who turns on a live stream, because it's like it's really interesting to get those nuances into that question, and it's a really big question for a lot of aspiring and newcomer artists. It's a really big pressure point for them, so it's nice to get those insights.
Yeah, so like for example, like my first job was at Digital Domain for a film, and the film was about elephants. My portfolio had 0 elephants. I'm like, what? Like, you saw my portfolio, right? He's like, oh, I know. But I like what you have, like in terms of like you have like this charm, and we think you'll do great. I was like, okay, sure. So I had to learn everything and anything about elephants. Like tell them between an African and an Asian elephant, and just so many things. So I had to draw. Elephants are really hard to draw, and if you may not know, I actually probably don't remember as much. But if I look again, will probably come back to me. But yeah, so like when I was on that film, I drew completely different. It was because the film was like CG, but semi-realistic. So a lot of the art that I did for that was very like realistic. But it was a great learning experience of trying to like bring like what I had in my portfolio, but also try to match what they wanted or what their vision was. And I think that's important when you work on a show or a film or whatever, to just like bring that to your work. I don't know. Yeah. It also helps. It also helps to be, what is it? What's the word? Just have a lot of like styles in your background, so that like, oh yeah, like you can do like realism, or you can do, I don't know. Just like when I was hired for that, like my portfolio had like very, I don't know, just the total opposite of what the show I was working on had.
Yeah.
It was very children's booky kind of art, and then I was just so amazed. I'm like, you really, okay, you want to hire me, but the film that you're showing me right now, like the concept art you're showing me, is totally opposite. Like, oh, we know, but we think you have potential. I'm like, okay. At that point I was like, Gabby, stop talking, just go with it. So yeah, it was fun. That was fun. It was good because I got to learn like how to paint like that. It's been a while since I've done that, but it's fun.
Sylvian says, sometimes I just imagine something, but my hands go, hell no, you're not drawing that. Oh, we've all been there.
Oh yes, absolutely.
We've all been there.
Yeah, like what you see in your head is not what comes out. But sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Or like if you have something in mind, and if it doesn't work, then I just let it go and do something else, or either draw something else or completely like don't draw and go do something else that's not art related. Just sometimes it happens, and that's okay. And I feel like a lot of artists put that on their mindset of like, oh, I can't do this. I'm like, no, it's okay, just take a break. Like, it's okay, like we're drawing cartoons, like chill. It's fine. So yeah, it's totally normal.
Just keep practicing, Sylvian. It's fine, you know. Like, do as Gabby said, take a break, go and do something else. But like, don't let it get you down either. Like, just keep going. Yeah,
like go on a walk, or like, sometimes that's where the best ideas come from. Like if you're not doing anything art related, you never know. Like, it could inspire you on your next piece. For like the one I was drawing the other day for the little girl with like the uniform, I was looking at old photos of me as a kid, and that inspired what I wanted to do. So, or like if you go on a walk too, like if you see someone walking you, that can inspire your character, or just things you find along the way. It helps. It just helps. So don't force it. If it doesn't work that day, don't worry about it.
It goes to the whip graveyard.
Yep.
Until it needs to be resurrected.
And come back to it later. Totally. It happens all the time. Okay,
consensus seems to be that she's a fashion designer or a fashion intern.
Yep, I can see that. She's hired. What do you think? You guys think she's hired? I would hire her.
She's got the job.
What else?
I love the yellow pops through the skirt pattern.
Nope, don't like that. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Nope. Where are you going? Delete. Maybe she has textured tights because I don't know, fashion.
I went through a textured tights phase.
Let's see. Will this do the trick? No. Am I in the right layer? Yes. Why isn't it going? Maybe it's too small. Yeah, that's why. Good job, Gabby. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Lol sells Velma vibes.
You know what I really loved watching growing up was Project Runway. Do you guys remember that?
Oh my god. Yeah. So good.
So good. I hear like there's more seasons nowadays, but it's with like different judges and there's no Tim Gunn, so why bother? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they changed it. So Tim and Heidi now have a different show.
Oh, okay.
I think. Because, yeah, it was recently, I have to admit that during lockdown in Tassie last year, in Tasmania, for everyone who, Tasmania, Australia, for everyone who doesn't know what Tassie is, when we were in lockdown last year, my partner and I got really into Project Runway. It was like all the seasons were available with Tim and Heidi were available on Australian Netflix. I just got super into it. And we'd be like going around the house just regularly, and like one of us would do something and the other one would be like, thank you mode.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It
So
became
good.
so ingrained in our lives.
I love that. You know, before going into animation or like, you know, I wanted to go to fashion school, but then I was like,
Oh, really?
But then I was like, I don't know how to sew. And I was like, Gabby, like later on in life, I was like, Gabby, you know that's what the school is for. They'll teach you how to do that. I'm like, oh, that was a little late, you know?
Oh, no.
So that's why I kind of didn't, I didn't go into that. But I still, so I just draw it, you know, if I can't.
Yeah.
You know, if I didn't go for it, like, it doesn't stop me from drawing it. So even if I can't make it, I can draw it. And that's perfectly fine. But yeah, that was another thing that I wanted to do. Or the other thing was, what was it? Going to vet school. But then I was like, no, I'm scared of animals biting me. So then I didn't do that. And I'm also like allergic to a lot of fur, even though I have a cat, but whatever. So I didn't go into that.
I feel like a lot of people wanted to be a vet. I wanted to be a vet.
Totally.
For like the majority of my life. I was like, yes, that's 100% what I'm going to do. And I remember one day being at school and having just the realization that if I were to be a vet, I would have to perform surgery on animals.
Exactly. That's
and
what
I'd have
I was
to
like,
cut
no.
into them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just like this this click of a switch almost. It was like I was so sure that I was going to be a vet. That's what I was going to do. That was what my like entire personality was built on. I'm going to be a vet. And then like one day just no,
you're like,
I can't
no.
do that. I can't cut into an animal. No.
Exactly. Or like if you have to put them to sleep, I'm like, I don't have the heart to do that.
The worst.
So no. So
no, the actual worst. I couldn't handle that.
Nope. Let's see.
Oh, we have a user here whose name is in Korean, and I don't read or speak Korean. I'm so sorry, so I can't say your name.
Oh, hello.
But they say, do you like to listen to music while drawing?
Yes, all the time. Let's see. It really depends on what I'm working on, or what I'm in the mood for. But many of you know I'm a big Ariana Grande fan, and so I have that in the background, and a lot of the times. Or what else? If I really want to focus, I listen to like lo-fi, no lyrics, so I can just have like atmosphere music, I guess. And on what is it? On not Shopify. That's my shop. No, on Spotify. They'll sound similar. Yeah. So a lot of music, a lot of Ariana. I even did the thing the other day of like, what is it? It's almost like what is it? Like a survey of like what you listen to the most. And of course, the number one, it's her. I'm like, of course it is, Gabby. So no shame there. I actually saw her recently in person. Probably breaking the NDA of that. No, it's fine. We all know. She's doing the voice. So I went to one of the things, the tapings, and saw her like within like 5 feet of me, in front of me. I was like trying not to panic of like, oh my god, there she is. So that was pretty fun. So yeah, a lot of Ariana. I could go on about her, so I'm just gonna like stop. But yeah.
But like, go back to the taping thing. You can just like go and watch an episode live. I mean, I suppose it's not so strange in Australia sometimes, but Tasmania doesn't happen because all of our networks are on the mainland of Australia. So.
Oh. Yeah, like the taping was like for the entire day. I was there from like 7 a.m. till, what was it? 4 p.m. I think. Because in the beginning they had to do rapid testing. You have to wait. You have to see if you're negative, and after that you wait a long time, and then they feed you, and then you do your thing in there. So that was pretty fun. But it also feels like you're working when you're there, because you have to like, you're there for a recording that's going to go on TV. So it's like they're there to work, not to really see you. So you just have to keep that in mind. And like, I remember hearing a lot of people like wanting to interact, but it's like, no, she's there working. So she won't pay too much attention. While she sees this, she's like, no, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, yes, I do listen to music. She's coming along. I don't know what to do for the bottom here, so we're just gonna leave it there until something comes up in my head. Okay, let's see.
I just know I'm going straight to the internet after this stream to try and find similar items of clothing.
Right? But will you wear them?
You guys will see me on like a... Yeah, totally. You guys will see me
on
like
yeah, that's right. You're like the queen of fashion. You're like the queen of fashion. Yep.
No.
And eyeliner. No. I love your eyeliner all the time.
Okay, eyeliner I might take, but fashion definitely not.
Yes.
Definitely not.
Absolutely yes.
And it's just like that one pair of overalls that everyone's seen.
Oh my god. But it's so pretty though.
The one pair of overalls, and I've tricked everyone into thinking that I know fashion. Excellent. Yes. The ruse is working.
You do know though. You're like, sure.
No, okay, fine. I'm not going to argue this. We have to see if there's like.
So like over there is what kind of fashion is there right now? Because you guys, I remember there was this one store that I follow. Was it Gorman? Gorman's?
Yes. Yeah. That's where my overalls are from.
Exactly. So like for them, like I remember seeing like winter stuff when it's summer here. So is that how it is over there?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We're like a season behind everyone else.
That's crazy.
It's bizarre. It's like in time zones, we're in the future, we're ahead of everyone else. But because Australia is not the fashion capital of the world, we're a season behind the rest of the world in fashion.
But what's funny is that, like, I don't know, I feel like you guys are, because a lot of the stores that I stumbled on, they have a lot of fun, bold patterns that here people don't like to try doing bold patterns, but over there they do. And I'm jealous of that. So give us some of those bold patterns. Here is just pretty plain, or I don't know. You guys have all the fun colors. Send some over. Thank you.
It is a little bit. Yeah, actually, I guess now that you think about it, I remember once I had these kind of floaty, and they were like magenta. They were solid magenta pants. And I loved them. I absolutely loved them. And I remember I wore them once when I was in France, and the stares I got from people when I was walking down the street, they were just like staring at me like I'd done something. And I was like, why are people staring at me? And it wasn't until like a little, like probably over a year later at that point, when I was back in Australia and I was just somehow reading up about fashion somewhere, and they mentioned that, yeah, like in France, people just do not wear color.
Whoa.
It's all monochrome, basically.
Why? Who hurt them?
Really lo-fi. And I was just like, oh my god, that's why people were staring at me. It's because I was wearing hot pink pants.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Just really strange. I love color. I love patterns.
I love that. Like if we have the colors available, why not? You know?
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Like we've been in ye olden days when colors weren't available.
Same with
we have colors now. We have the technology.
Exactly. Same with like buildings. Like in Mexico, all the buildings have colors on them. And here it's just plain white, beige, or gray. I'm like, no, where's some color? If I have a house someday, it's gonna be so bright. But probably will get yelled at by like, I don't know, the neighborhood, and be like, no, look, it's the house with the bright color. I'm like, yeah, well, and what?
Home ownership associations are such a foreign concept here. It's just like, who on earth thinks that they have the right to tell someone that what they can and can't do with the house? That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, did you see that one viral video that was going on? That was going around, I think, this week, where like this lady didn't like a flag that.
That was the Tigger flag.
Yeah, the Tigger flag. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Exactly.
It's just a flag.
It's just exactly. She's like, well, I don't like it. I'm like, so like, and
that's good. It's not your house, so just don't put one on your house, and it will be fine.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm just like, oh, geez. So maybe I don't know. Happens, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so what we need to do is send all of the patterns and colors,
please, over
in clothing to America.
Yep.
And also everyone paint their houses bright colors.
Yes, thank you.
This is where we're at.
Absolutely. Let's see. Maybe.
And I am officially going to be looking at flights to Mexico as soon as the borders open, so I can go and see some of these cool houses.
Yeah, there's so many different styles of houses over there. Like, I was doing a study the other day because I just wanted to, I don't know, I was going down memory lane and just trying to like remember old neighborhoods or where my dad used to live, or like where we used to live, because there's at some point I did live there, and I lived in Mexico City, Chihuahua, Cancun, Cozumel, was that it? I think. Yeah. So everywhere had different kinds of like styling. So I wanted to explore that. Just because, you know, there's more than what's painted out there. With like the little like Pueblo looking houses. There's a lot. So it's just fun to see and explore, and yeah. Maybe she has some rings. See, like the more I get into the character, the more I'm like, well, what else can I add to her to make her more believable, more her? So I'm just adding little details here and there.
Just got a message from Lol, who's moderating for us. She says the audio is just gone a little bit weird.
Is it me?
She just says, yeah, she just says you're echoing a little bit there.
I'm echoing. How can I fix it?
Just give us 1 second, guys. We're just gonna check the audio here. Do we just want to go, Gabby, into the audio settings and just see how many audio inputs we've got going there and where they're coming from? Lol says, it sounds like a second microphone device was activated.
I do have the one on Zoom on. I don't know. Should I mute that one on the one on Zoom?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, how about now? Maybe I'll just talk and see.
Alright, let's see. Can we hear anything?
Test. Talking.
Maybe. How's everything going?
Maybe mute yours, Jordy, on Zoom? I know you have the microphone on for the Zoom one. Anything? No.
Interesting. I don't know. Oh, okay. Apparently that sounds the same. If you could unmute, Gabby.
Me? Okay. Hello? Maybe?
Hello. I can hear you, but I wonder if we're still echoing.
I don't know.
Well, how's it looking?
Both of you are echoing. Okay.
Heck.
I feel like it could be the Zoom, though I don't know.
Still sounds so weird, apparently. This is annoying.
Oh. I don't know.
Not sure. This is tricky. I'm not sure how to fix this while we're live.
Yeah.
Because if we go into OBS, then it's going to show up on the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is there a way to pause and then we come back, or no?
We've got someone in the comments. Sean, I have headphones in. Gabby does not.
What? Oh. So it's me. I'm the problem child here.
I don't know. Oh, Lowell says it's fixed.
Oh.
Is it fixed, everyone?
Is it? Or maybe it's just my voice.
Okay. No. Apparently it's good. All right.
Okay.
Maybe the internet just needed to settle down a bit.
Yeah, it was probably like tired or something.
I mean, it's very, very windy here in Australia right now.
Oh.
Or in Tasmania where I am. So I don't know. Maybe the internet bugged out. Australian internet is notoriously bad as well. So who knows?
Let's see. Audio could be a mic that could be turned on in your computer, your Bluetooth.
Yeah, apparently we both sound good now.
Okay. All right. I'll just keep doing my thing.
Jason says, remember what you just did. It got better. I don't think we did anything.
We did nothing. I think it's probably just my internet.
Just the internet connection.
Yeah.
Well.
Technology, right?
Great when it works.
I know, like before this, I was trying to set up AirPods or just regular headphones, and it sounded awful. So I was like, well, I guess we're gonna do it without it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. I've got my AirPods in because, as has happened the past couple of streams, my dogs randomly decide that they'd like to play games while I'm live.
Of course they do.
So if I have just my laptop audio going, then it just catches everything.
I know. I'm surprised that like right now, my cat isn't meowing at the door, because she loves to do that when I'm in during meetings.
Of course.
All the time. I'm like,
what better time to go outside?
Of course. I'm like, no. She's like, Mom, what are you doing? Mom, what are you doing? And then she'll like run in or bust in. It's so funny. There was one time where I had to make a phone call. I was on hold for like, I think it was like a doctor or something. And before I could even say something, my cat ran in and just said meow. So the first thing the person heard was a meow. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's my cat. So that was pretty funny. I'm like, oh my God, so embarrassing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I would have been so happy if I was that person on the other end. I'd be like, yes, the cat has called me today. Incredible. Technology.
And then there was another time, when was it? I can't remember. Oh, I think like my mom was telling me a joke or something, and then I was supposed to give out these numbers on the phone to the person on the phone, and I just kept laughing as I was trying to tell the numbers, and I was like, I'm so sorry, my mom's told me something funny. He's like, no, it's fine. So she was laughing, I was laughing, we were all laughing, and I hope she heard the numbers, but it was pretty funny. Happens. I'm sure it made that
lady, if
day.
you're watching,
yeah,
I hope you had an enjoyable time on that call.
So funny. I remember the beginning of the pandemic, it was there's a lot of the funny videos of people walking into the Zoom calls and stuff like that. So funny.
Oh yes.
I'm sure it still happens. But yeah, it's funny.
I loved seeing the evolution of creativity with Zoom backgrounds.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So good. Excellent. I think hands down my favorite one is that person who made a Zoom call that looked like they were bringing themselves tea.
What?
I don't know if you saw that one.
No.
Yeah, they filmed a video of themselves bringing a cup of tea and putting it on the desk so that when they were on a Zoom call, it looked like they had a clone that came into the room and gave them tea. It was incredible.
That's so funny.
And then they had, of course, the actual tea set up there with the same cup. So then they would pick the tea up and drink it live on the Zoom call. And it was just like amazing. So God. Good.
There was another, so one of my coworkers, she has a beautiful background. Like her home is so pretty that it looked like a Zoom background. You like one of those like saved pretty backgrounds that we all one day took a screenshot and we made it our backgrounds. So when she logged in, she's like, wait a minute. So funny. I'm like, we wanted to have your beautiful background because your home is so pretty. It looks like a Zoom background. So yeah, she was laughing. It's funny. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a great thing to walk into.
Yeah.
Or like call into. Hilarious. Oh, this is what I mean. My Finch, my smallest dog, has brought me a gift in the form of a toy.
Oh.
That she's decided she wants to play. No. It's not time right now.
It's like, but why?
But you're just sitting there. You're not doing anything. Please play with me.
Does she need the headband? No, probably not. Yes or no? What do you guys think?
Headband? No headband, guys.
Without?
Yeah, tiny little delay there. Oh, my goodness. I just dropped something.
Oops.
Whoops.
Well, we'll leave it as is for now and come back to it later because I'm not sure.
Let us know in the comments, guys.
Headband or no headband? Kind of like it without we'll keep it without, I think, because she has too many accessories and it would probably overwhelm her. So maybe let's keep it off. But I always keep the layer just in case I want to come back to it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The beauty of layers.
Okay, I'm going to do... Let's see. Do you guys have any other comments or questions about anything, or I don't know, any funny stories, I guess?
They all say no headband.
No headband. Okay, off it goes.
No headband.
Off it goes. Like nothing happened.
It was never there.
It was never there. What's that? What layer was that? Okay, there was nothing there. Sometimes I make too many layers and then I don't remember what was what. I'm sure everyone has that same problem.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's why. Well, I'm gonna have to merge. No, I can't do that yet. Trying to figure out when to add the highlight, but let me see. Just getting there. Just adding some subtle lights here and there. I only do that until the very end. Why aren't you doing it? Or there it is. No? Oh, it's come on eraser. Silly goose. I don't know. Does that happen to you where it's like why isn't it painting, or why isn't it doing something? It's either like something is selected, or you're on an adjustment layer, or you're on a brush. I don't know. It happens all the time.
I get the accidental switch between brush and eraser because I have my Apple Pencil set up to the double tap. And I really like it. I like the double tap feature. I use it all the time, but I do activate it accidentally often and I don't realize. And I'm like, why is my brush not working? My goodness. And I go through all of the steps as to like troubleshooting, why won't my brush work, like blah, blah, blah. There have been some times where I've gone to talk to our support team directly and been like, guys, why is my, oh, don't worry, it's in the eraser.
Like, oops.
Double tapped, it's fine.
Oops. Of course. If you don't do it once.
I think that's like one of the things about working at Procreate though, is because I have direct, like I can just go and talk to the support team if I'm having any issues. Right. Rather than if I'm experiencing something, rather than sitting down and going, okay, well, why am I experiencing this? Sometimes I just panic and I go, oh my God, guys, why isn't this working? It's a very simple thing.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
I just ran straight to you and said, I'm so sorry for interrupting your day.
But hello anyway.
Hello. Nice to see you.
So I'm just adding.
Lavinia wants to know, do people at Disney dress differently? Are there any crazy colors and styles?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I see people dress fancy or just, it's very casual. It's however you want. Unless probably if you're like a corporate person, maybe, then I don't know. I don't know. I think it's like anywhere. People dress however they want, I think.
Yeah.
There's no specific rules or anything that I know of, and if there are, then oops. Nah.
Sorry.
Nah, there's probably not.
Look at that lighting. It's really making it pop.
Yeah. She's slowly but surely getting there. The only mistake I did was I painted up here. Now her bangs. I just gotta see how much I painted into the hair. Yeah, see? Clipping mask. Usually do overlay, or sometimes I do screen for the highlight. But again, it also really depends. Like right now, I just want like a subtle light, but I want a little bit more yellow. So I might actually go into the screen mode because it's brown. Let me see. Maybe it's color dodge. Yeah, that's better. Maybe. No, but now it blends too much into the turtleneck. So I don't know. We'll play with it. For now, just be very faint.
Eduardo says, I just realized it kind of looks like Georgie. You wait, Eduardo, until I turn up to work one day wearing this exact outfit because I love it so much.
I know, it's like I want to get to the days when I can dress kind of like this, but also at the same time, like I'm actually pretty comfortable with just wearing what I have right now. Yeah. Wait, I'm erasing it. No, I want the brush. It's funny also, like I feel like when I had my hair in purples or lavender, all my characters would have different colored hair. But now that I have like brown hair, they're all back to brown. So it's like a little bit of me within the character or within the characters. I don't know if anyone else does that. Hair. Yeah, that was a phase.
That sounds excellent.
Ever since when I was younger, I wanted to do that because all the cool kids did it, and then my mom was like, "No, you can't do that." I'm like, "Okay, well now I guess it's my time." So it's now or never, and it was in, I guess, a few years ago. Still people do it now, but it was not as like not as what's the word? I don't see it as much anymore as I did back then. Yeah, but I had pink, I had lavender, I had purple, I had deep blue, but I didn't want it to be deep blue. I accidentally made it purple or like that color. I know. And it was, and if my stylist is watching this, my friend, I'm sorry, I did that a few times. In between appointments or something, I would like just dye it with whatever. She's probably like nodding her head right now if she's watching this. Yeah. That was a phase. Everyone I'm sure went through that phase. What else?
Yeah, I did.
I had like a punky phase back in high school. But not too much because then everyone would call you a poser. And I was like, okay, well, I guess not.
Of course.
Right? Yeah. Back when like Avril Lavigne with the music and all that. And I was like, I want to dress like that. And then people would call you out and they're like, why are you dressing like that? You're not a real punk. I don't know. Kids, man. Kids are so mean.
They are. They can be really mean.
Yeah. Whatever. It's fine.
No. We can do what we want now.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised how this is turning out, just so you guys know. But that's the whole
thing. Think it would turn out as well.
Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. It depends. It could be a flop, or not. I don't know. But
I guess the pressure of being live as well when you're doing
Yes, the pressure of being live. But I was like, okay, I guess this is a good day, which is good. Now let's see. Let's flip her. She looks pretty okay. We all saw the silhouette. Then I'm gonna go in and mess with, let's see, like the warmth. It kind of helps tie in the character a little bit more. But I don't like how this is looking. That's because it's in normal mode, Gabby. That's why you don't like it. Okay, let's see. There's probably a better workaround for this, but for the purposes of doing this a little bit, let me see. I don't know, am I done? Like, at what point do I call it done, you know? I'm sure everyone else goes through that phase of like, is this done?
Do you find that's a common thing for your work?
Yes. I never know when I feel like it's gonna be done or not. So for me, I feel like, I'm not sure if I want to see that strap, so let's hide that. Kind of want to see the other strap. So this is a point where I start noodling, and it could go good or bad. So at that point, what happens is I make a duplicate and save that one for later in case I want to go back, because you just never know.
Top tip, everyone.
Yeah. Let's move it. Maybe it's falling off the shoulder a little bit. That way we can see the other strap. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Where'd it go? There it is. No, that's not it. There. It's so quiet.
It's so cool to see you using the warp function, though. I feel like I don't see a lot of people using warp.
Oh, really?
As opposed to just general transform. Yeah.
Oh, is there another one? See, there's so many
like...
things that I just like leave it. I don't know. I'm pretty basic. There's what? Distort. I use these two a lot. And then sometimes I use the liquify one if I want to really get in there. Which maybe I might. Yeah. Actually, that would have been better from the start. But here we are, right? Yeah.
I kind of like that you use warp. Warp doesn't see enough love.
Oh.
Good to show it off.
You get some love from me.
Got any more questions in the comments first?
Yeah. Now's your time, man. Now's your time. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Melvin wants to know if you actually animate.
No. That's what I majored in. But I found that my love for doing characters was bigger than animating. Also, animating is very hard, and I'm not good at it. Like, I'm okay with like simple things, but not full on CG. I don't know. You guys can. I don't know. I think they took the film off. No, it's actually on my Instagram, IGTV. You can see my short film from college, called Bubbles.
Oh, cool.
Called Bubbles. And so there, for school, we had to do a 2-minute or 3-minute animated short in CG. And I look at that now and I'm like, how I would not be able to do that nowadays. I feel like, how did I put that together within a year and a half?
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a great learning experience of what goes into making a short film, like the whole pipeline. So, and I learned there, I was like, oh, turns out I'm not good at animating, so let me focus on either like textures or characters. So that was what my thesis was about. It was a focus on focus on character and texture, but also I wanted to make it look like it was 2D a little bit. So instead of like the typical CG render, mostly because I was not good also at any of the render settings. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna do it how I do it in like After Effects, and I don't know, try to fake it a little bit. So yeah, animating.
So you said it was a great learning curve into, learning the whole animation pipeline. So you had to do every single thing on that video yourself?
Everything, yeah. From the storyboard, the story, what else? Designing the characters, what else? Everything. There's a lot of people did a group thesis, or a lot of people did individual ones. I did an individual one, just because, I don't know, I felt like, let's see if I can do it all by myself, which turned out okay. But I feel like nowadays, maybe we should have done a group one, because I feel like it's good to learn how to work together, because that's what the industry is. You work together to make something. But in the end, it turns out fine. Yeah, so it was fun because you just learn every aspect of what goes into making a short.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, I think, similar to just doing 2D art as well, and painting. People don't realize how much work is actually behind the scenes with that. It's just insane.
I know. I could probably imagine some parents going like, you did all of that, like just 2 minutes of that in all the school year, like that's all you did? I'm like, no, I mean, I did everything to learn how to make this. And so a lot of people don't know, like people that don't know like anything about animation, they just see it like, oh, that's it. I'm like, no, but a lot goes on behind the scenes that you don't see.
Yeah.
So, it can be a little frustrating, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Let's see. I'm gonna add maybe a little bit of a blue bounce. Sometimes I do that just to add. Don't know what I'm doing, so I'm sure everyone goes through that. Like,
happy accidents again.
Yeah.
Just play with stuff. Figure it out. Any more questions, guys? We're coming up on the 2 hours, so we'll probably look to wrapping it up.
Oh my
fairly
goodness.
soon, I reckon.
No.
Yeah, right?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Wow, time flies. Is it really?
I know.
What?
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay. Well, if that's the case, gonna duplicate again. And let's see if I flatten it. Okay, now it's flat. Now I can add that and clip it. Now she's like the whole fall colors is in harmony. Let's see what else. Sometimes I like to, duplicate in case I don't like it. Add a little bit of the grain. Where is it? The noise. Noise is like the best part. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people use it. It's very subtle, but it just adds that something,
It's a little bit of grainy texture.
Yeah.
Always nice.
A little bit. Yeah. I think that's it. There she is.
Beautiful. I love a good bell sleeve on my jumper as well. I'm such a big fan of that.
Yes. So I think I'm done. So if anyone has any other questions or
I think we've got a couple here. So Jason wants to know, has your style changed because of your job at Disney? Have you seen any influences because of working at Disney?
Yeah, I feel in the beginning it was a lot, and then that's why I try to do my own stuff like after work, just so I remember like, I know other styles besides the Disney house style. So that's why I like to explore different shapes, different faces and stuff like that. So it does have a little bit of influence, but also I want to like break up and also try to do my own thing just so that I know other styles and stuff like that. So in a way.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would be difficult to not be influenced by, in some small way, by any job that you were doing.
Anything else?
Definitely. Well, Vanina wants to know, Gabby is actually from the US. Volvinia. Sorry, I'm really doing well with the words there. I should get a drink of water. Gabby's actually from the US, but she wants to know if it is hard to get into the American animation industry if you're not from the US. Do you think that would be the case, Gabby?
I feel like it depends where you go, or like, because I know there's a lot of like work visa stuff related, and you gotta see if like that's offered in the company, and so it depends. I don't have like a proper answer, but I feel like there's an extra added step, but it's not impossible. It's still possible. It's just, it might be a little bit harder. But never say never. Your dog.
Yeah, it's the hose outside. Their absolute favorite game.
Of course.
There we go.
But yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna stop noodling.
All right.
I'm done. There.
Finished. Yes.
Finished.
Okay, well, I think that's all from the questions, and we finished up with the sketch today, guys. So thank you so much for joining us on this stream. It's been fantastic to have you, and massive thanks to Gabby for joining us as well. It's been awesome to see your process and your style and have a chat to you today. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me, and everyone too for joining. It was super fun, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah. Cool, guys. So if you'd like to see more of Gabby's stuff, you can follow her on Instagram. There is a link in the caption for this video. You can also check out her website and store when it's up and running. That link is also in the caption. This video will be put back up on our YouTube channel later, so you can watch it again if you missed anything. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.